welcome to this video where we're going to try summarize some of these short videos we've released this week by speaking of Javan, son of Japheth. And we're going to be speaking about maps and the table of nations that we're given from Genesis chapter 10, the descendants of Noah and their descendants as well. And many scholars throughout the centuries have tried to identify these descendants of Noah with different tribes and nations, trying to see what happened to them and where did they go to, and then also to try create maps, to try use this table of nations to create a map. And we're going to look at a few examples of these maps that we've been given. This is the first one. So now this is trying to use the table of nations, so Bible history, and then match it to the geography and to regions and to also to peoples. And now I've highlighted this one here because we want to focus on Javan, son of Japheth, but I also want to speak generally about these maps first. So to me, it just seems that we've got a lot of information, let's say squashed, or tried to fit into this region. Many different descendants of Noah. Let's look at another example. So this one, we see these large spheres, but the actual information of these descendants, it's very much centered in this region. And to me, I want to say that it almost feels like it's squashed to make it fit in here. But we do see one exception, and that's Tarshish. We see Tarshish is outside of this these spheres. And the reason why that's there, if you haven't watched those videos yet, is because of this kingdom called Tartessos on the Iberian Peninsula, a semi-mythological kingdom. So that's why Tarshish is there, because Tarshish is very strongly connected to the Iberian Peninsula. So here's the exception to this, whereas all these other sons will try to, fit into this region. And we'll look at one more example. So this example as well, we see how it's very much centered here in this region. But what about these other regions of the world where there's no information, there's no sons put here? So is this a fair, or let's say an accurate representation of the sources and the information that's out there? Now I've just created a map for just 3 sons of Javan that we've covered: Elishah, Tarshish, and Kittim. So we haven't covered Rodonim yet, but we've seen that we do have connections with other regions, because we had Elishah connected with Portugal and also with Sicily and Italy because of these Aeolian islands that we spoke about. And we also had sources connecting Kittim with the Romans, and we've already spoken about Tarshish with Tartessos. So now we can see, when we actually look at the sources and look for the information, we're getting a bit of a different picture, because let's just focus in on that map again with Javan. So notice this, this region that we've highlighted, and then try and imagine that on our map. So if we go back, so we'd be looking at a region, if you can see my cursor like this would be the size of the territory for Javan. But then compare it to the size of our shape or sphere, it's much, much larger. And does it not make more sense? And let's read the book of Jubilees to see how it describes the territory for Javan. It says, "And for Javan came forth the 4th portion of every island, and the islands which are towards the border of Lod." So I just want to focus on this part where it says the 4th portion of every island. So every island, to me that sounds like we should be looking for descendants of Javan in more than one location. Many different islands, or maybe we could even say countries, and the 4th portion, so that they wouldn't be inhabiting it by themselves. And we can see that with our map, because we can see how Elishah and Tarshish could be sharing the Iberian Peninsula with other tribes, and Kittim could be sharing the Italian peninsula with other tribes. And then we can see how the book of Jubilees makes sense, that these descendants are going to be inhabiting many different islands, but sharing them with other tribes. So what do you think about this picture? Does it make more sense? Does it better fit with the Jubilees description, and showing the the influence of Javan when we compare it to what we've been presented with by people that have used Genesis 10, trying to create these maps. And why is it why does it seem like it's squashed to fit into this region? So that could be because of the Holy Land, but it could also be because of what your view about Noah's Ark is. Where you think Noah's Ark came to rest as like that important starting point after the flood. That also could influence how you put maps together and do the geography. So it's important that we're looking for the truth. So we have to look at the information, look at the sources, and try to treat it fairly. But why have the scholars focused and centered in on this region so much? And when we look at the information, it does seem that there is a different picture out there. So that's what the channel is about. And we've this weekend we're going to be hopefully releasing our 2-part finale for our playlist, the Roman Empire and the Holy Land. And maybe we can present some answers to explain these things that we that we're bringing forward in this video. So yeah, please look out for the 2-part finale. I've recorded it, and I think it's going to be good. Hope you're going to enjoy it and find it beneficial. So that'll be for this weekend. And yeah, let me know what you think about the some of these shorter videos that we've released this week with the music. I know some people have said they like that style, and yeah, I'm not ready to explain just yet why we're doing some of those shorter videos. I'm still thinking about whether I should explain it or not. Yeah, maybe some things you have to keep private and not to express everything on YouTube, but maybe I might speak about that soon. We'll see. But that's going to be it for this video, and hopefully you I hope you do enjoy the finale and you find it interesting, and yeah, let me know what you think about those. Okay, that's it for this video. We'll see you for those finales.